Good day to everyone, especially to our dear panelists today, and to our professor, Mr. Randy Nobleza. I'm Kelamnik Del Mundo, PS Tourism Management 3B, and today I will be presenting my research paper entitled Impacts of Local Traveling in Selected Destination in the Municipality of Mogpog during the New Normal. Introduction. Tourism and hospitality is one of the largest industries that significantly contributes to Philippine economy, which has been affected due to pandemic COVID-19. As the country is slowly adopting the new normal system, travel is now open in some areas in the country. Even though people can travel, many of them are still hesitant, but some are actively searching for tourism destinations which have a good opportunity to boast the local attractions in the country. This is the reason why I conducted this study to analyze the impacts of local traveling to the local travelers, specifically in selected destinations in Mogpog, in order to develop recommended strategies for the revival of local tourism, and also to know if these impacts are positive or negative perceived by the local travelers, which positive impacts can be a source to promote local traveling. Statement of the problem. The main purpose of this study is to answer the following questions. First, what is the demographic profile of the respondents in terms of age, gender, occupation, area of residence, and local destination visited? Second, what is the purpose of local travelers in visiting the local destination in Mogpog during the new normal? Third, what are the impacts of local traveling to the local travelers in selected destination during the new normal in terms of personal, health, and sociocultural aspects? Number 4, what recommended strategies can be developed from the impacts that helps to promote local tourism in Mogpog during the new normal system? In this slide, it shows the conceptual framework of the study. The impacts of local traveling to the local travelers in selected destination in Mogpog during the new normal will be determined first as the input, as well as the demographic profile of respondents and their purpose to travel. Through the process using online questionnaire and collecting data from local travelers, researchers will be able to identify the output, which is the recommended strategies for the local traveling during the new normal, which can possibly benefit the local travelers, local destination, and local community. Chapter 4. This chapter contains the tables that present the data obtained from the study. The researcher has come up with the following analysis data. First, what is the demographic profile of the respondents in terms of age? The table A shows the distribution of age of the local travelers, and the result shows that the most of local travelers who visited the selected local destination in Mogpog during the new normal are 18 years old up to 29 years old, with 39 frequency or 65% out of the total respondents. The next table, the table B, shows the demographic profile of the respondents in terms of sex who visited the selected destination in Mogpog during the new normal, which 73.3% is a female local traveler with a frequency of 44 out of 60 respondents, and the rest are the male local travelers with 26.7%. The table C shows the occupation of the respondents, and most of the respondents are students who got the highest percentage of 68.3%, and it was followed by local travelers who are employees with 16.3%, self-employed with 8.3%, and one of the respondents is a vendor with the lowest percentage. Table D shows the area of respondents. Municipality of Mogpog has the highest percentage with a frequency of 31, which is the half of the total number of respondents, that equivalent to 51.7%. Buena Vista has the lowest percentage with a frequency of 3 or 5% out of the total number of respondents. Table E shows the local destination visited of the respondents. Based on the Table E, the most visited local destination in Mogpog during the new normal is Ulong Bay Beach Resort with 44 responses, followed by St. Isidore Parish Church, Luzon Datum, Paadyaw Falls, Natangco White Beach, and Gasgas Beach. The data shows that the local travelers are active in visiting destination in Mogpog despite of the new normal, where some of the respondents had only one destination visited, but some of the respondents also visited more than one destination. What is the purpose of local travelers in visiting the local destination in Mogpog during the new normal? The Table F shows that the majority of respondents have the holiday, leisure, and recreational purposes in visiting the local destination in Mogpog during the new normal, with 50 responses out of 60 respondents. Other purposes are health and medical care, transit, and political related, with both lowest responses of 1. The data shows that the local travelers had a purpose every time they visit a local destination that sometimes can be identified through the types of visited destination, and also each respondents have different and similarities of purposes. What are the impacts of local traveling to the local travelers in selected destinations during the new normal in terms of A. Personal. The Table G shows the gathered data from the respondents regarding the personal impacts of local traveling to the local travelers who visited the selected destination in Mogpog during the new normal. It presented that local travel experience here in Marindque helps the local travelers to discover new things through the visitation of selected destination in Mogpog during the new normal, with the highest average mean of 4.30 that has strong impact to the local travelers in a long period after visitation of destination. The local travel experience has contributed to personal growth such as character, skills, and capabilities of local travelers, which has a lowest average mean of 4.02, which means that has a strong impact to the local travelers in a short period after visitation of destination. Overall statement, local traveling has a strong impact to the local travelers in a short period after visiting the destination in the Municipality of Mogpog during the new normal, with a grade mean of 4.15. In this slide, the Table H shows the data answers the question about the health impacts of local traveling to the local travelers who visited the selected destination in Mogpog during the new normal. It presented that the local travel experience helps the local travelers to become more positive after returning from a vacation, with the highest average mean of 4.25, which means has a strong impact to the local travelers in a long period after the visitation. The local travel experience improved physical health, especially in boosting immune system to the local travelers, which has a lowest average mean of 4.03, means that has strong impact to the local travelers in a short period after the visitation of the destination. Overall, local traveling has a strong health impacts to the local travelers in a long period after the visitation and the destination in Mogpog during the new normal, with a grand mean of 4.28. Table I contains the data that answer the question about the socio-cultural impacts of local traveling to the local travelers who visit the selected destination in Mogpog during the new normal. Based on the data, the highest average mean is 4.36, where local travel experience helped gain a greater cultural awareness to the local travelers, which has a strong impact to them in a long period after the visitation of the local destination. Local travel also has an impact to help local travelers to live in contact with local people, with the lowest average mean of 4.06 that has a strong impact in a short period. Overall, socio-cultural impacts of local traveling in selected destination in Mogpog during the new normal has a strong impact in a short period after the visitation of local travelers, with a grand mean of 4.19. Chapter 5. The researcher has come up with the following summary, conclusion, and recommendations. Summary. The researcher has come up with the following findings. The researcher focused on the local travelers who live in different municipality of Marindque who visited the local destination in Mogpog during the new normal. It is limited to the purpose of impacts of local traveling in personal, health, and sociocultural aspect who experience local travel. As the demographic profile of the respondents, majority are the female at the age of 18 years old up to 29 years old, and the majority are students. Half of the respondents came from Mogpog, and Ulong Bay Beach Resort is the top destination in the municipality of Mogpog during the new normal. As the purpose of local travel majority are holidays, leisure, and recreational activities. According to the results, the highest impact received by the local travelers during the visitation on selected destination in Mogpog during the new normal is in their health with a grand mean of 4.28, which has a strong impact to the respondents in a long period. And the result also shows that the local travel experience impacted the personal and social-cultural aspect of the local travelers, where personal impacts has a grand mean of 4.15 and social-cultural has a 4.19, which both have a strong impact to the local travelers that only last long for a short period after visitation. Conclusion. The researcher comes up with the following conclusions. The respondents are actively visiting local destination in Mogpog during the new normal, which Ulong Bay Beach Resort is a top destination with the purpose of holiday, leisure, and recreational activities. Local travel has a strong impact in personal, health, and social-cultural aspects to the respondents who experience visiting the destination that lasts long for short or either long period. Recommendations. The researcher comes up with the following recommendations. First, the researchers suggest that the local travelers should continue discovering new local attractions in Marindque that will help them to become more positive despite of new normal, and also help them to raise awareness in their own culture here in Marindque, and also help to promote local attraction with the proper use of social media. The local community should offer support for the local travel activities and also participate to the programs for the development of local tourism in Mogpog, Marindque during the new normal. Involvement in interaction of community to the local travelers will help to improve socio-cultural impacts received by the visitors on the destinations, leaving contact within the local people. Local tourism operator should pay attention to the needs of local travelers that may have for the personal, health benefits, and socio-cultural aspects on the local travelers to give higher positive impacts to them. They may provide additional recreational activities for physical and mental health benefits that may enjoyed by the local travelers while visiting the destination. The local government should provide support for the development of local tourism in Mogpog that will help to boost economic returns, where local travelers are active in visiting destinations despite of new normal, providing programs and workshops for local tourism operators that will help in their operation. For municipal tourism operations, may support the local tourism here in Mogpog, Marindque in promoting local tourism destination that is not popular to the tourists and conduct monitoring for potential attractions. For the future researchers, should explore more topics related to local tourism and its effect to expand knowledge on tourism study. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.